As Eric Rush once said, "This is just one man's opinion. Please add your picks and your favorites in the feedback box below." 15. It was a ding-dong battle between two gifted fullbacks at Melee. In the end I went with Israel Folau, Waratahs, over Jordie Barrett, Hurricanes, as Folau offered more of a threat in attack. 14. Jack Maddocks, Rebels. He scored 2 impressive tries and was much more involved in the game than another brace scorer, Mateo, Crusaders. 13. Braden Enner, Crusaders. Great to see the young prospect get a start in his favorite position, and he made the most of it. His pace indicated that he is in good nick physically. Add to that good lines, beautiful linking and strong defense showed it will be an interesting battle between him, Crotty and Goodhue for starters positions this season. Jesse Creel, Bulls, was on fire in Pretoria as well. 12. Billy Meeks, Rebels. When you have Quade Cooper defending inside, you can expect a big day in the defensive office. Meeks defended like a demon and showed some outrageous skill, kick pass to Maddocks for winning try, and impressive decision-making. He is a Kiwi-type second five rather than your traditional Aussie inside centre, but could be some important glue for a RWC squad. Big ups to Anton Lienert-Brown, who stepped up in an inexperienced Chiefs backline. 11. Roscoe Speckman, Bulls. It didn't take long for the Blitzbox 7-star released the Speck magic on Super Rugby. Minutes in fact, and another soon after. A head cut slowed him down, but opponents will be on high alert to combat his dancing feet. Rico Ione, Blues, looked menacing, but the Blues just could not get him the ball, the Crusaders twice getting the referee's rub at the green with knock-ons to stop the last pass. 10. Hander Pollard, Bulls. On a day where a lot of kickers' radars were out of order, Pollard had a perfect day at the office from the kicking tee. He loves taking the ball to the line, and his game management was magnificent as the Bulls spanked the Stormers. Quade Cooper, Rebels, showed he's not a spent force yet with a typical Cooper game. As one of my Aussie mates commented, it's good to see an Aussie 10 square up and take the ball to the line. 9. Aaron Smith, Highlanders. The All Black star may have had less than half a game, but he whipped his team into shape in short time to take the win v Chiefs. It was great to see him snipe from the base. He needs more breadth to his game in terms of threat to the opposition, and he chose his sorties judiciously. Will Genia was sparkling as well for the Rebels. 8. Akira Ione, Blues. Shame he couldn't get his team across the line in his 50th Blues game. Well involved in the game for 80, and is a huge threat with ball in hand and on defense. I am not sure if Matt Todd has ever been picked up and carried back like a rag doll like he was by the man giant. Dwayne Vermeulen, Bulls, showed he was a good buy for his new franchise, and Dan Dupree's Sharks was superb in Singapore against the Sunwolves. 7. Artie Savia, Hurricanes. His battle with Michael Hooper turned out to be the individual matchup of the round, with two of the best motors in Super Rugby. What a passionate player Artie is. I wanted to get off the couch and play for this guy. should have had 2 tries, if not for a silly piece of overzealous play from Du Plessis-Carifi. Was everywhere. Michael Hooper was great as well, and I feel for him having to do so many losing captain interviews. Special mention of Marnus Showman with the hat-trick in Buenos Aires. 6. Tom Robinson, Blues. The son of Big Red underlined his potential by outplaying his opposite Jordan Tafua, solid in close play and showing his running ability in open spaces. Still getting used to lines and duties with 6 on his back, but looks like a star in the making. It should be noted that Dalton Papali's work rate allows players like Ione and Robinson to stand out. 5. Lou de Jager, Bulls. The Bulls pack, led by Captain de Jager, broke down the line-out supply line for the Stormers. The Capitonians lost their first 5 line-out throws, and this led to the brutal thumping. Has created serious concerns around Springbok Bongim Banambi's throwing. Matt Phillip, Rebels, was a workhorse as well. 4. Scott Barrett, Crusaders. We saw Barrett's angry side as he did an incredible Hulk impersonation when the Crusaders fell behind second half at Eden Park. Big hits, clean-outs and even helping Michael Alilatoa scrum from blindside flanker against Big Carl Tuanugua for the champions' second penalty try. He was irrepressible. 3. Tyrell Lomax, Highlanders. The young 130 kilograms bud is blooming into a beautiful flower. Rooted the scrum and some lovely hands in the open. 2. As we'll give this gong to Malcolm Marx many times before the end of the super season. Let's go with Akker van der Merwe, Sharks. 2 tries in sultry Singapore as the Sharks went into a feeding frenzy. Perhaps the arrow is checking in Arurangi's, Rebels, passport as well as he was the best from their teams. 1. Dylan Smith, Lions, was impressive against the Jaguars. Will have to continue this form for a while to vault himself into Springbok contention, but he stood out against the South Americans. Carl Tuanugua came on and made a palpable difference at Eden Park, but his effect was blunted with the introduction of Luke Romano, a tight headlock for the Crusaders. Tell us what you think about the Rugby World Cup and you could win £100.